take some time today to just teach you a few romantic date ideas. I think people really feel like they have to do a lot to have a good romantic date, when the reality is it's kind of about the thought. It's about the consideration put into it. So just want to give you a few ideas that you can use with your partner that will really wow them, whether they're a male or a female. That's the other thing. I want to make sure you guys understand. Romance is a two-way street. So it doesn't mean that it's a man's job all the time to romance a female. It's not a female's job to only romance a male. And if you're in a homosexual relationship, then both of you, of course, need to be working at that if you like that romantic stuff. So here's one example of a romantic date you can take your partner on. Go to a park, make a picnic basket, and incorporate all of the foods that your partner loves. And all you have to do is take them there, and whatever it is that you know that they enjoy, then set out a blanket and make sure there's a beautiful scene, and that's a date. It's actually a cheap date too, but it's very sweet because you've put thought into what they like to eat, what they might like to drink, and you've put effort into actually making food. So that's a perfectly fine romantic date. Another date idea is to take your partner on a really fun experience. My husband actually gave me this idea, but for a male, he might like one of those days where he gets to drive sports cars. So there are these things where you can pay a certain amount of money. Now, this would be a little more expensive, and you basically just rent like 4 really cool sports cars for a day. And you guys get to go into a nice car. It's usually about an hour or two, and you get to try all these different cars, and it's really romantic because it's a really cool life experience. He gets to drive something with a little bit of muscle, and you get to enjoy, making him feel good. So that's another romantic date. It's a little more male focused, but it's very fun. Actually, honestly, I would love to ride. If only I could drive stick shift, right? But I would love actually driving really cool cars too, as long as they could be manual. All right, so that's another date idea. Another romantic date idea is to just cook something really nice for your partner. Again, this one's a free one, but so you can pick something that takes flames, like Cherry's Jubilee or Bananas Foster. Now make sure you have a fire extinguisher close by because you don't want to hurt anybody. But I mean, making a really cool dessert that takes a little bit of effort can be really romantic. And what's more romantic than a fire? And with that, you can also, since you're at home, if you have a fireplace, light a fire, and you can be sitting in front of the fire talking. Now, one of the things I want to make sure you guys are hearing as far as like what makes it romantic is, one, you're spending undivided quality time with each other. This would not be romantic if your iPhones are out and you're like ignoring each other, because there's nothing sexy about feeling ignored or romantic. So really it's about taking time to think about that other person and set aside time where they're really the full focus. And it doesn't matter how much money you spend. It doesn't matter where it is, when it is, or how it is. Really the key for romance is just undivided quality time where you really make them the focus of what's going on for that evening. And so whether it's at home or out somewhere, it still is just, you're the most important person for me. How can I put all of my energy into you at this time? So that's another romantic, that's like just a big tip for like being romantic, is really just consider your partner and what makes them happy. Now, another one, a fourth one that you can use. Most people like wineries. So going down here in Missouri, we have some Missouri wineries that are down south, and just going on a little winery tour where you sit outside and enjoy the breeze, especially since spring is coming up. It's a beautiful time to be out, and you can walk through the vineyards and then just enjoy a couple fine wines. So that's 4 tips. And if you need more, then please feel free to check them out. I'm always putting little tips up for relationships and sexuality. And most of the internet offers different date ideas too, of course. So if you like these videos, please like, share, and subscribe, because I'm definitely trying to build that audience. And if you want to come in for therapy, the website is www.therapistintstlouis.com. Thank you.